Hello, everybody. Happy Friday evening. Hope yours is going well. And it is that time of the week again. That's right. It's Washington Huskies football pregame. Got a game coming up tomorrow, less than 24 hours away from kickoff. And we got to make every game count. And we got to do everything we can with every game we play because we're not going to play that many. Washington State already had their game canceled. They were going to play tomorrow as well. That game is now called off. Who knows if Washington's going to get to play every scheduled game this year. So every game counts, and I'm going to try to dig into this team as much as I can, even though I don't really have any expectations for this season because, well, you got to cherish every moment. So, hosting the Arizona Wildcats in Seattle tomorrow at 5. First of all, I will be going live for the game. I will be streaming the game most likely. Come on by and we can talk whatever you want to talk about, but hopefully mostly Husky stuff. So, this game, Huskies come in as 11-point favorites. We're generally expected to find a way to win this game, which seems pretty reasonable to me. But the challenge this week is a little different. So, after watching the game last week, I have some idea of what I can expect from this team, and I have some idea of what I can hope for from this team, which is what I was lacking last week, which is why I didn't make a pregame video. So, this Washington Huskies team, we know they can run the ball well. They ran the ball with a lot of different players last week, and they had a lot of success doing it. We know they can run the ball. We know that they are good defending the pass. Last week they had some success there, and they've had success defending the pass pretty much consistently the last 5 years. So I feel like we know that much about our team. And then you have the things that it seems like maybe they're not so good at, like defending against the run, because last week we got run on a good amount by Oregon State. They had a lot of success on the ground. It wasn't as much as our success on the ground, but it was noticeable that they were able to get what they wanted running the ball. So going into this game, I'm going to keep an eye on the run defense to see if they've improved at all, but odds are Arizona is going to have some success on the ground against us. So bringing us to the next thing that might be a weakness but might not be, this is probably the most interesting thing about this game and about this team right now. Dylan Morris at QB. Dylan Morris at QB last week went 14 of 24 for 141 yards, the very definition of a game manager. He did very little. He took very few chances. He played it very safe. And he was effective enough to help the team win, but you can't say he's the guy who went and won it. He played a very decent game, but you can't really call it good or over the top or anything other than to just say he was physically present in the game and didn't do anything to lose the game. After the game he played, there were a few people that came out who are close with the program, who are associated with the program, who know him, who know what he can do. And they said, oh, no, Dylan Morris, he can throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns in a game if you need him to. He is fully capable of leading this offense on his own to monster games, putting up a ton of points and getting wins without the defense and running game playing amazing. So hearing those quotes, I thought to myself, well, we're going to find out pretty quickly if that's true or not. And Dylan Morris is working on borrowed time because there's a very good chance that next year our QB is going to be Brock Heward's son. So I think his name is Sam Heward. So Dylan Morris has a very, very small window of time to show what he's made of. I assume that he's going to transfer out if he has a good season. Or, well, even if he doesn't have a good season, I expect him to transfer out to another school if Sam Heward comes in and takes the job, which I expect him to do. So, to me, this is a game where Dylan Morris can prove whether or not he's better than just a game manager, because that's all he was last week, and there's nothing wrong with that. The weather is going to be better. There should be no rain. I looked. It looks like it's not going to be raining. It looks like it's going to be cold, but the conditions should be favorable for quarterbacks. And the Arizona offense is a good deal better, it seems like, than the Oregon State offense. They have a capable running back in Brightwell. He had a good game last week. They have a good quarterback, Gunnell. He threw for almost 300 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. So that is a powerful offense. That first game, they They've lost. It was a tough loss. They probably should have won that game. They just let it get away from them right at the end. But their offense played well. And even though this Husky defense played okay against Oregon State, not really expecting tremendous results from those guys in this game because this is a much better offense. And even though the defense played pretty well, I'm just not seeing the firepower that they previously had. You know, the elite guys on this defense. We have a couple of them. We have a couple of guys who I think could be high draft picks come their senior year or junior year or whenever they declare. But for the most part, I'm just not seeing it. I see a group of guys that look like they're capable of playing pretty well together, have the capability to be a pretty good defense. But this Arizona offense, which put up 30 points on USC and over 400 yards, they're probably going to be coming with some similar energy on Saturday. So it's a good test for our secondary. It's a good test for our pass defense in general. And it's an opportunity to show that the run defense is improving. But I can tell you right now, I expect Arizona to throw up some points in this game. So in order for us to win, in order for us to keep Arizona at arm's length, because we are 11-point favorites in this game, so you do have certain expectations that you're going to be able to win the game by multiple scores, Dylan Morris probably has to do more than just manage the game, because I don't doubt our running game. I'm sure we can run the ball on Arizona. I'm sure we can run the ball with multiple guys on Arizona, but at a certain point, you're going to need your quarterback to make some big plays. Last week, there was rain, there were drops, there were game situations that just weren't in his favor, and he ended up handing the ball off a lot, like I said. This week, not necessarily going to be the case. If we get off to a slow start on offense, very good chance Arizona jumps on us and goes to a big lead early. So we need the QB to prove that he can be something special. And that goes for guys like Bynum and Ty Jones as well, especially Ty Jones, because when Ty Jones came to UW a couple years ago, I was really excited for him. He kind of reminded me of Roy Williams on the Texas Longhorns, that kind of receiver, a big body who can catch a lot of passes in the red zone. Hasn't really happened yet. So he had a very quiet game in week one. He made one good play. He dropped a pass. So right away, I'm looking to somebody like Ty Jones to step up and become a clear number one guy for Dylan Morris. So that's what I can say about this one. Not going to be able to win it the exact same way we won the game last week, I don't think. Arizona just is a little too good on offense. So we're going to find out a good deal about Dylan Morris this week. So with that, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out. Bow down to Washington. Going live for this game tomorrow night. So come on by and we'll watch the game together. Also going to be streaming shortly on Halo, like I said earlier. So come out if you want to watch me play Halo. And with that, I'm going to go and get out of here. Bow down to Washington.